Welcome to Beyond the Workout with your host, Eric Dunston. Hello, everyone. This is Coach E. I just want you to know that anything you hear on Beyond the Workout podcast is just information only. It is not a diagnosis for your issues. So anything you hear for well being, nutrition, fitness, exercise, any of those things, just take it that way as information. If you need help for a specific situation, please seek a professional. See your doctor, see a professional personal trainer, and they will diagnose your issues and they will take care of you. All right, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Beyond the Workout. It's me, Coach E, Eric Dunston, and I'm bringing you this show just absolutely, totally unscripted. I'm not even in my usual, I guess you say, workout shirt. And I've missed a couple of episodes, and one of the reasons is because in the month of June, and in fact, June 1st of 2024, I lost my oldest brother. He was found deceased in his vehicle, and it took a toll on myself and my two other brothers. And I thought, I can tell when things like hit you like this, it can you know like stop you in your tracks almost. Like the right after it happened, that was on a Saturday. And that next day, Sunday, after driving 2 hours from another location back home on Sunday, my wife and I just turned around and drove the 5 hours up to Maryland to try to get an understanding of all of this. And, we just wasn't sure if it was him. And then it was like we didn't have enough information. And then I think this past weekend the reality hit me because we had our religious convention in Maryland, and I stayed up there another week. And the closing song was very powerful because it spoke about the good news, good news of God's kingdom, the good news, or some say the gospel, the good news of Christ. And we were emphasizing that. And then the closing song was just very powerful and well sung. And that really hit me. And I think one of the things that devastates you and it and it was a shock to us is that it seems my brother didn't even know he had what he had that took his life, if that makes sense. His neighbor had said for the week that he was in the house, he stayed in his condo. He wouldn't come out because he felt pain in his stomach. He thought he had a stomach virus. And then that very week, that Thursday, he went out, and after that, they just found him, deceased in his truck. And he was in a parking lot, and he had a breakfast that he had purchased from McDonald's. And I asked my brother because he saw the receipt. It was like oatmeal and an iced tea, but the cause of death he didn't know. It was metastatic pancreatic cancer. And everybody say, "Wow, when that happens, you just you don't have much time, and it can take you just like that." And my youngest brother made something interesting. He said that when you take in food, your pancreas reacts, and he probably felt that pain when he took in that food. I don't know how it works. I'm just saying these are the thoughts that go through your mind. And I thought, wow, what would I say on a show like this when I really don't feel like doing the show? And I just said, I'm gonna encourage you all. Do what you can for your health. Um, Investigate pains and uncomfortable feelings, and take care of yourself. So, three things I wanted to bring out. monitor how you eat. And the three things I wanted to say, try your best to eliminate. And I mean, I say just try your best. And I'm gonna say I just heard from a famous marketer that it said that you can't tell people you must do this, you have to experience it for yourself. And I've experienced it for myself. My youngest brother experienced it for himself. We're not doing anything that's going to be miraculous for our bodies, of course not. Anything like that can happen. Cancer can get you anytime. I'm not saying do this to prevent that, but do what you can to be healthy to the end if you can. And the reason why I can say what I'm gonna say, because my youngest brother tried it, I'm trying it, I have tried it, and I'm gonna try it again. And it's about eliminating the white powder, I mean the sugar. Um, if by all means you can cut out sugar, do it gradually, but do your best to cut it out. And I've spoken about this, and I'm gonna keep speaking about this. Look at the grams of added sugar in your products. For instance, you might buy a fruit juice. And in fact, I was looking at a tea that I was buying from an organic market, and it was a half and half, like an Arnold Palmer tea. And I was having a desire to have one. And my wife said, well, there it is, this particular brand, half and half. And I said, okay. I picked it up and it had tea and lemonade in it. And I couldn't quite see how much added sugar. And I said, read to me what the added sugar is. Now, let me get my phone here so I can do some calculation if I can. So she said that the added sugar was, I think I can figure this out without, okay, I can figure this out without a calculator. She said the added sugar was 56 grams. 56 grams. Now, if you remember, well, I've said it before, one rounded teaspoon of sugar is 5 grams. So if added sugar of teaspoons in that bottle of tea lemonade was 56, that's 11 of those rounded teaspoons of sugar added to that drink. And I'm emphasizing this because I decided to get certified on understanding obesity and diabetes. And all around the world, that is a big problem, obesity and diabetes. And where do you think all of this comes from? All of this added sugar in almost everything we eat. Added sugar. And what does it do to our bodies? It's just going to be a downward spiral to sickness, overweight, cancers. But what can we do to have quality of life, even though we can't extend our lives to live forever based on what we eat? What can we do to have a quality of life? And ladies and gentlemen, we can take those products out of our lives. In fact, if you went and made your own fresh squeezed lemonade and some tea and sweetened it with something that's better for you, that's other than the white powder, the sugar, what would that do for your health? Think about that. The other one I'm gonna mention, because this one is kind of hard to find, to hard to define, hard to see, but it had a great effect on me when I did the two things for 30 days. I took sugar out and I took natural flavor out. So where does natural flavor? So if you look at the labeled ingredients, the rundown of ingredients in your product, and a lot of your sauces, your juices, and things like that, you can read it. You'll see in the ingredient list, it might say artificial flavor. They'll put that on the front. But then you'll see something that says natural flavors. And research that for yourself. Don't just take my word. Research what is natural flavors. Now, what I've learned is that a product with natural flavor, meaning they took a naturally grown product. Let's just use a lemon, for example. They took the lemon and they took one enzyme out of that lemon. So now, whatever they do with that enzyme or that ingredient they pulled out of that lemon and build around it with hundreds of other ingredients. Doesn't matter, it could be 50, 100 ingredients they put around that one thing. They can call it natural flavor. But the other things that they add to it could be artificial chemicals. It's something that's produced in the lab. And it's quite possible one of those ingredients they add to that one natural ingredient, you could be allergic to it. It could have an effect on your body. It can have an effect on your health. So I would suggest gradually get rid of sugar. Sometimes you can't do things cold turkey. Take it out and see how you feel. And some say try for 10 days. I'm going to tell you, try for 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, 120 days, and definitely 365 days. Just keep trying. And if you're feeling better and better and better and better, don't go back. Keep going and find out what alternative sweeteners you can use if you have to have sweet in your life. And the third and final thing I'm going to recommend, stop ultra processed foods. Someone asked me, about that, and it was just so many people I interacted with. But ultra processed foods will be your chips, your cookies, your cakes, your donuts, your pies, all of this stuff that had to go through a really strong, stringent process to eliminate the the nutrients out of this food, in which some people just say it's not called food because it didn't grow out of the ground. It might have come from a source from the ground, but it was so processed in this factory. Then it makes they put this stuff in it to make it so palatable that you can't resist. You got to keep having it, and it's detrimental to your health. Now, I'm a coach that understands the human um, feeling, the human emotion, the human need. You grew up on this stuff. So when I use the word eliminate, it just means do your best to not have it. Don't brutalize yourself to not have it. Do your best to not have it. When you can find an alternative to this ultra processed food, get the alternative. If you go into a grocery store, avoid the aisle that has the ultra processed food. Understand what ultra processed food is. Do your research. Read up on it. Get the list of what this is and go the opposite way. I believe in you. I believe you can do it. I believe you want to do it. And I believe that each and every one of you have the ability to try it, accomplish it, see how you feel, appreciate how you feel, and to never go back down that road again. Even if you might drift on it a little bit, you'll never just take that road again. That is what I wanted to come on and talk to you about to this show. An emotional show for me. Just talking about these three things just kind of took my mind off my brother a little bit, but I really couldn't do a show without knowing what happened to him. I could not actually come in here and just start talking about him or just start talking about health when that was on the back of my mind, just feeling what did he go through? And this show is by no means blaming him because he did not know. My other two brothers encouraged him to eat well. he started eating well. He has had other health problems that jeopardized his, you know, uh, his life pretty much. He came close a few times to just not being here, and now this one just really hit him. Um, um, we just don't know. We don't know. Um, but we can do some things to make ourselves feel better and function better. We can do that. And I think the one thing my older brother mentioned is that he kind of feels like he might have pushed a little too hard for my oldest brother. And it sometimes you could push so hard that others will push back and like, okay, you just can't tell me this. And the reason why I say that to you all out there is I don't know you. I don't know what you're going through. I don't know um, why you have to have the foods you have. It could be financial reasons, it could be emotional reasons, it could be just a whole bunch of things. But I feel like if you are on medicines, and I'm not saying get off of them, if you're on medicine, ask yourself, why am I on this medicine? And what is the medicine supposed to do for me? And the biggest thing I want you to look at in doing your research is what are the side effects of the medicine you're taking? What else is it doing to you or for you? And then learn for yourself to be nutritionally sound, to say, I at least looked, I at least tried, but don't go overboard and don't let anyone like me push you beyond your limits or your boundaries. But I wanted to give you a boost to just take a look, to try this out, test the water, so to speak. I'll emphasize it over and over again about the sugar and the ultra processed foods. And I'm just adding in this natural flavor because I'm learning about it. And of course, anything that says artificial flavor, you know where my stand would be on that. So I hope what I have to say here at least gave you a little spark. And for those who knew about my brother or knew my brother, who sent me cards, sent my family cards, gave your condolences. I really appreciate you. I might not have been able to get on the phone with you and call you back, and because it was hard, I might have texted you. And if I didn't text you, I got everyone's message. If you sent me something when I posted something on Facebook, I got all of them. I saw it all. I just couldn't respond to everyone um, after the fact because we really got busy handling his affairs, and we're still busy in doing that now. But you know, I'm gonna try to keep doing my shows. I really want to keep doing this for the sake of giving you all a gem or a treasure trove of something you can work with. And like I said, I've studied up on obesity and diabetes, and I'm hoping to take this knowledge that I've gained to help you out there gain an understanding. All right. You know, I'm Coach E. I'm going to keep encouraging you to think about health, think about your fitness, um, just think about your life and how important it is. And go out there and do your best. Do what you can. Learn what you can. Understand nutrition, not in a negative sense. Don't think you got to delve into all the deep intricacies of nutrition. Just understand what you need to take in, what you need to eliminate. You should try to eliminate, doing your best to get rid of those three things. Do your best. Okay? That's all I have to say. I hope you all do well in taking care of yourselves. This is Coach E signing out. Thanks for listening to Beyond the Workout podcast. I hope you enjoyed the show. Please be sure to check me out at ericdunston.com and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Physique Improvements. Take care, everyone.